Hello, Pasano. This is Subaje, and welcome to my top 5 best animated movies of 2016. Now, people say 2016 is the worst year ever, and I kind of understand. But for animated films in general for 2016, they actually are really good, and most of them made a box office success. And that's why I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna give you guys my top 5 best, which I think are the best animated films of 2016. And if you guys don't agree with what movies think is the best, then that's fine. It's just my opinion. I hope you guys appreciate what I say. Now, I want you guys to know I'm not good at saying what I'm supposed to say some critical quality on movies. I'm only good at that critical quality on TV shows. So anyway, let's get on to the countdown. Number 5, The Angry Birds movie. Now, this may shock a lot of you. To be honest, I think it's the best movie based on a video game. It has everything right on the Angry Birds. Although the story can be annoying, like all the birds are complete jerks to Red, and they still think that anger is not supposed to be in Bird Island. And of course they really hated the Red for after he doesn't trust the newcomers in their island known as the pigs. But either way, it was actually funny in my opinion. It was actually action packed, and the story and the characters are not that bad. Even the animation is perfect. I love to see the styles of the birds and the pigs. I especially love some of the cameos of all the original Angry Bird characters we know and love, like Hal, Bubble, Stella, and Stella's friends with Angry Bird Stella game. Okay, even though I can't wait for Rovio for making the sequel of Angry Birds 2, well, I hope they're gonna take place in Angry Birds space. But back on track to Angry Birds, it is the most memorable thing I've ever seen in my life, especially the third act where they do the slingshot. The second act is kind of a snore fest where they talk with their mighty eagle or something. But either way, Angry Birds movie is actually a nice video game movie I've ever seen. Amongst the other video game movies that we know that we do not like Double Dragon, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, or Ratchet and Clank. But Angry Birds movie is actually a real movie based on a video game that have everything right, even though the story is cliche. Number 4, Finding Dory. Now, I don't have anything to say about this film that much, but let's get down to it. I think it's one of the best sequels that Pixar ever made, right next to Toy Story 3. It has everything from the first movie, but adds some new changes. Now, like I said in my original review of it, the journey is not that memorable. There's nothing action packed going on, how they did in the first movie. Even though the adventure in the first movie was memorable than the second one, but we actually do root for Dory, and we do help. We feel like we need to help her, and we feel like we're actually in the movie to help her to defeat her short-term memory situation. And like the characters, they actually are memorable. Marlin and Nemo are the best father and son have a best father and son relationship where they're trying to find a way to find and help Dory. Hank is a nice but kind of a friend and guy to Dory, and the other characters as Destiny the shark whale and Bailey the blue whale are also helpful and therefore give us a laugh. And the animation is very unique, especially in the marine life. We actually get to see more humans in this movie. You know, we barely see them, but they still have the same design from the first movie as ever did. Like the Incredibles, even kind of have the same design like the Incredibles. Finding Dory is a nice, peaceful, and a beautiful anime movie I have ever seen. Number 3, Moana. Of all the other Disney anime films I like, I think Moana is a good movie. It's just really good. I also have nothing much else to say about this movie either. Moana is a perfect Disney princess that I ever seen. Right next to Mulan, she's another Disney princess who always dream about see something out of the world. Although the story is kind of similar to The Little Mermaid, it actually does kind of make sense And her teaming up with the demigod Maui is a lot of fun. There's action packed. There's a lot of sea adventure, and this guy learning about how to become a better explorer. And in the songs, holy cow, the songs are absolutely beautiful. Your Welcome is one of my favorite Disney songs. And How Far I Go is like Let It Go, but new approved and way, way better. Although the comedy is good, but the whole setup and the story, like I said, beautiful. The characters are unique. And the animation, and the part with the animation where the characters are around water is very smooth and very unique. It's just so imaginable for what Disney do for a Polynesian princess. A lot of people hear complaints about that she's actually a Hawaiian princess. Well, I kind of agree about that, but not really. And the story is like a generic chosen one, but done right. Moana is a beautiful girl pack adventure of a girl power movie. Number 2, Kung Fu Panda 3. Now, I know you guys might be wondering why I didn't do a review of it. Well, mainly because, like I said before, I had to watch this movie several times to do a review for it. But Kung Fu Panda 3 is the biggest, greatest thing I've ever seen. I had to say, Kung Fu Panda 3 is one of the best way that DreamWorks will ever do to end to one of their successful films. Well, except for the Shrek series, of course. But back on track. It is actually beautiful, and we actually do root for Po and to find out who he really is aside becoming a dragon warrior. And I'm glad to get to see him reunite with his family, and we get to see how he have fun had with his two dads. And I like it how they made Po find out what it's like to become a panda. And the villain who was Kai, I think, I forgot his name, but he's a unique villain. In fact, he's way more better than Tai Lung and the other Peacock villain from the second one. And the whole variation about who you really are is nothing all that new. I mean, we heard about this before. But with here Kung Fu Panda 3, it actually does do it for Po, because he knows something, because he actually learned something was more than becoming a dragon warrior and as a protector of the valley. And the fight scene is very, very amazing, like how, especially in the climax. Either way, Kung Fu Panda 3 is a awesome DreamWorks movie. Even though their second film, Trolls, not that bad, wasn't that successful. Even though I didn't watch it, I know it's not that it could be an awesome movie. But Kung Fu Panda 3 is very, very unique and amazing. And now, before we get to number 1, I'm gonna get some honorable mentions. First, we have Sing. I saw this movie this week on Sunday, and it was good. Although the story is, even though the story is kind of all, I mean, what I meant to say that it's kind of hard who to focus on, and I have to admit the song is really nice. Also, the climax, it reminds me of the 2011 film The Muppets, where the Muppets go on the show. That's how I feel like when I watch the climax in Sing. And finally, Sausage Party. I can see why people like this movie, and I understand. But to me, I think it's okay. It's just okay. The reason why I don't want to do a review on it because I don't have anything else to say. The jokes are fine, the characters are fine, the animation can be it's not that good, but still, it's a okay film. And anyway, on to and what the number 1 best anime movie of 2016 is, no surprise, Zootopia. Now, I'm gonna not have anything to say about this film, but I'm gonna try to do it. Zootopia is the marvelous film I've ever seen. It's actually had everything right. In fact, in my opinion, this is Chicken Little done right. It's an awesome detective movie, and furthermore, it has a nice friendship between a fox and a rabbit. Judy Hopps is the perfect example of a female character, and you actually do root for her because you never want to turn your back on her or never turn her back on her every time that she tries to become a good cop and tries to prove everyone that she's not a meter maid. and also do root for Nick because you really do know that he's try to try to be nice with him, and you also laugh with him just so you know how much he's trying to make fun of Judy Hopps, and sometimes actually be helpful with Judy Hopps. And for the rest of the characters, they're also very helpful for solving this detective movie. Also, the animation is beyond beautiful, and also this movie has a brilliant moral about not judging a book by its cover, and because because okay, how do you say that? Ever since 2016, I forgot what it's called, but it definitely but it actually does work here in Zootopia because even though in 2016 it's the most chaotic thing, and they did it here with Zootopia where all the animals have sometimes very have problems. Think they have problems with the prey, have problems with who with all the animals who are the prey, such as foxes, tigers, and lions. It makes sense here, just like how people in the real world do that. Like for example, like Donald Trump, because he thinks that Mexicans are rapists and Muslims are bad and all that stuff. But with here, it actually does kind of feel like we're actually going back to the past. Like we knows how how white people still doesn't trust how black people when they're free from in America. And it actually does work here, but in animal style. Zootopia is beyond brilliant and very generic, actually funny, and some clever dialogue, and has some best writing. And the two main characters we know, Judy and Nick, are the best duo of all time. In fact, Zootopia is one of my favorite Disney films. Throughout the year, animation film has gone very and mixed. Most of the time, there are some good movies, anime films, but most of them are very bad because we just want to make anime movies for young kids because we thought that young kids like something very very silly and goofy. But here's the thing: we need to make we need to let the kids actually liked it, including the adults. So as for anime movies for 2017, I have a strange feeling that this is gonna have a lot of some new good ideas for 2017, but some of them are very trash. As you guys must be wondering, what's the worst anime movie I ever saw? Well, there's of course I know one anime movie that's worse than 2016 that everybody knows, and that is Normal the North. I never saw this movie, but I basically already know that this movie is gonna be so bad. What's even worse, they announced they're gonna have two directed DVD sequels. My God. So that's all I have to say about for this top 5 for the best anime movies of 2016. I hope you all enjoyed this video and tune in when I do my top 5 best live action movies of 2016. So long, my Paisanos.